Top One ladies, my name is Chaz, and welcome to the What If? So, make sure the recording's on. Okay. So, buckle in and sit back, relax, grab a drink or two, and enjoy this What If. So, give me a minute. So, yeah, it's gonna be a long one, so stay tuned. So, this is gonna be the What If Deku was the Multiverse Phoenix. If you guys don't know what Multiverse Phoenix is, it's basically like a phoenix. To me, it looks like a burnt chicken, or burning chicken, or flaming chicken. Yeah. But multiverse chicken, the multiverse phoenix goes through the entire galaxy. If it dies in the one universe, then it comes back to that same universe where it died from. No matter how many times it dies, it's still immortal. Like a mortal phoenix, but instead of having to wait 1,000 years for it to come back, it only takes about 10 days. Yeah, that is way shorter than the actual phoenix. So, plus in that universe, that people have powers, people have also quirks, and both. Or actually, powers and quirks, not just both. Because that's super legendary rare. So, I'm also adding zooming to this what if, so yeah. So, let's begin. Zuko and Zumi were born. And plus, no one knew that Zuko actually had a quirk and a ability, so he has both. Oh. And he's also the multiverse phoenix. So that is legendary, super rare. Yeah. So, and plus I've also forgot that name. In this universe, his soul is, or instead of, he's just a golem. Everybody sees him as a normal human, but he's just a golem because his real soul is in the entire universe, multiverse, everything. So, let's continue. So, Zuko and Zumi had played with some friends. And he went, trying to think, they went and to so Zuko and Zumi goes to the quirk doctor, And the court doctor goes, or tells Hizumi that she has a quirk. Because in this universe, there's tier lists of quirkless and powerless. That's would been like common, and having the abilities is rare and such and such. Yeah. But when the quirk doctor says, you already have a common, that's Zuko Midoriya. As all for one, or as they're like, okay, we don't care. So they go, or he stays at the house. uh, he goes to school. He gets picked on by Bakugo, his friends. But he could, but he just laughs at him. As Bakugo was always confused about why Zuko's the one that's getting the last laugh. As he says, I enjoy the hanging out with the rest of you. Hey? So, yeah. Plus, Zuko, everybody's like confused of why normally quirkless people they always get picked on by the higher ups. But Zuko just ignores it. Like, he's just like, So then he as he like, he's a multiverse phoenix. So he's like, he sat down with Bakugo and told him that there's so many alternate versions of me. You are actually I'm lucky to have you around. Bakugo, why? Tell us. Well, I keep having these like weird dreams of seeing an alternate versions of me. Some of them are pretty scary. Oh. As he starts shaking, as Bakugo's like, what do you mean? Sure. So one of them, I'll explain the details of it. He has spikes on. Imagine. Could you imagine, or just imagine? And at this point, he's like doing a description of Doomsday Zuko. Like, basically from an alternate timeline where Doomsday Zuko killed everybody. And Bakugo's like, and his crew, it was like, looks at Zuko and they're like, whoa. Yes, so we are lucky to have you around. As he didn't pick on him rest of his life. So he's like, yeah. And of course, Zumi got one for all, so. But her power level is not on as high as Zuko's. basically, I'm saying that Zuku's power level is infinity. Because that's one of his powers, and the other is zero, so he can hide his true powers. So, yeah. So, as time progressed, it's really hard for him to like knows which Zuko he is or which person he is. So, yeah. So Zuko and Zumi went to or actually, Zuko and Bakugo went to shopping. As Bakugo, or Zuko asks Bakugo a question. As Bakugo says, okay, ready? Okay. So Zuko says this. How would you feel if I just died at any day or a time? As Bakugo is like, why do you say that? Well, there's a couple universes that I did and die. But it scares me sometimes. Yeah. But as Bakugo says, no need to be afraid. So, yeah, Zuko ends up going home. Actually, he's always, because of school, or no, because his parents, they do know that he's always at home, but they always take Zumi out for like lunch and dinner, so he's always at home, like cooking himself a feast, but he feels like he's always alone. You know what he did? Or he made some imaginary friends. Because his stress level was lower than everybody's. So he's so stressed. Yeah. So, a time skip to, 15. And, yeah. Plus also, he didn't go to UA because of him being, like, quirkless, powerless. They needed, like, or requirements to join the UA is to have a quirk or the ability. Not both. Or actually, or both. But Zuko does. They thought Zuko doesn't have it. So he's just like, he goes to a normal school. Oh. As during all that time thing, I forgot to mention, Bakugo and Todoroki, they start flirting with Zumi. Me. Way more than anything. So, yeah. So then he tries his hardest. He only goes out when he wants to, but yeah. So he goes to, or he knows that his sister goes to UA. So he walks, or he'll just walk around. He did pick up some groceries and, yeah, all that stuff. So, yeah. So then the time skip to All Might versus All for One. Because I know it's all about, during all that time, Zumi got, like, more fame and because of, yeah. But, yeah. So All Might was down. And somehow All for One found a way to make a gun quirk. That's GUN. So he ends up. So now he has 2 long range attacks: his laser attack and his bang bang hang. Yeah. So Zuko ends up, or so Zuko was in a neighborhood. So he walks right into All for One's attacks. Like, basically, yeah. All for One shoots a beam of light, and of course, they thought All Might was dead, but then out of nowhere, they see Zuko's just standing right there, right in front of right in front of All for One, or right in front of All Might. As the beam hits him instead. As the attack went right through him, like burrowed the whole thing. As Zuko's like, that's fun. Yeah. So the top part right here is what Zuko looks like. I'll take on your challenge, as Zuko says. As everybody that was watching, as Bakugo could tell that the Zuko wants to be a hero, just like how All Might is, and give me a minute to. Oh, there it is. How is this kid even still be moving? And All for One says, "How are you still moving?" No matter. As he pulls out his quirk guns, he created not 1, not 2, but 20, or actually made a giant circle around Zuko's body. As everybody is scared that this kid's gonna be done for. As a gun goes off. Bang, bang, bang. Bang, bang. Bang, bang. Bang, bang. Yeah. As Zuko's as everyone was scared that the kid just like Izuku's body as he manages to survive. As he's just anything injured. Izuku was pretty much looking like, I'm trying to find a good picture that's so it is like that scene. The one Izuku, as he says, with a proud face, he says, "Is that all you got?" As he shoots his teeth out. And All For One's is shocked by this. Huh. I see your body can take more than just a couple hits, or more than a lot of hits. As they reload and then try again, but this time, when the smoke cleared, and Zuko looked like a pile of corpses. But then his body, as he lifts his body up into the air. As a song, as some random song came through. It's a custom song, so no copyright claim. Or actually a poem thing. Not pole, like in, yeah. So, Phoenix always rise, just till dawn. A man weeps and bellows, and now it's time for you All For One to die. As Zuko walks over and he says, "If I was him gonna die," as Zuko's face looks melted or blown off, but he still had the grin of, "If I die, I'm taking you with me." As he grabs All For One, as he sprints all the way across into the sea, deepest, darkest part of the sea. As both All For One and Zuko drowned. Because All Might was not All Might, sorry, All For One, and wasn't in his prime, so yeah. His body exploded first, then Zuko's. And you guys are saying, "What chance? You said he's a golem, right?" Yes. Basically, Zuko is a golem, him. But he still explodes. So then when he exploded, like all the doll parts turned. And Zuko was gone for 10 days. So, oh, give me a minute to find sadness. As everybody was like, and everybody can't believe that a kid sacrificed his own life to save his own friend, or save his own, friend, because it was Bakugo. As even Bakugo, I don't know. So, Zuko was no longer with them. That's what they thought. As even Zumi was, she walked into her bedroom, locked the door, because her parents knew that how she felt. She was like sad inside, like her body can't control herself. Because she knows that her brother is dead. So they made a burial, and and she lies there, and she could see Zuko's face smiling, looking at her. And tells her, "Stay strong, little sister. I will come back for you." That's her promise. So then the couple days have passed, like 10 days passed. Zuko came back to life. Him on top of or inside of a abandoned building, so that and no one knew where it was. As he comes back to life, I am coming, sister. And Zuko, walks over. Of course, during that time before, of course, Bakugo did tell Zumi that, so your brother do know how to die. How it will go. As they asked him, how do you know that? He told me when we were at age of 5. He told me that that he asked me a question of how would I feel if he just died at any time or any place. or any day, how would I feel? As he starts to tearing up. And Bakugo said, I remember him saying that to me. And they're like, really? Yeah. So he knew that he was about to die. Ezuku, so then and everybody, of course, everybody knew that don't bring up Deku or Zuko because everybody didn't want to bring up the Zumi's brother to her pain because she's still recovering. But then, of course, now the overhaul fight thing happened or is going on as Zumi still stunned because when overhaul was about to, or before, he actually said, "You'll be dead just like your brother." As that got to her, as a voice comes out of nowhere, tells Overhaul that, "Get your filthy hands off my sister!" Bam! As he punches right into Overhaul's face, sending him a few kilometers. Zuko was... Azumi looks up at Zuko, and she could tell that it's her brother is back for her. I told you, sister. As he sticks his thumb up, or he's a brofist, hers, or Rohan. Leave this crazy guy to us. Huh? Yeah, as a voice says, yeah! Leave it to us! As they see alternate versions that he handpicked, basically. And plus, the Doomsday Zuko was in this alternate one that he picked, wasn't the same one as the other people. Like what if Deku was Doomsday, one shot, yeah. One. But no, this is a different Doomsday that Zuko choose. Has more brains equal in strength. So yeah. So then he ends up going. He got chosen by Zuko. And then the Sir Night Eyes Zuko, basically like Sir Night Eyes, but Zuko had the same powers, and yeah, they see a lot of them, like pen that he picked. And with him. And Mountain Zuko is way taller than Mountain Lady. Like, Mountain Lady's transformation form could only reach up to his knees. But Zuko's transformation is bigger than her. Yeah, so then he basically, was like, everybody was shocked when they saw, like, an alternate versions of everybody. Including the Void. Yeah, from the What If Deku was a Nomu. Yeah, he was chosen by Zuko. So, yeah, as everybody's like, so then all the Zukus came in. They beat a snot out of Overhaul's monster form. It's pretty funny. Bam, 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 bam. Yeah. So, yeah. Zuko, who is pretty powerful. As they're like, man. So then after Overhaul's fight thing, the Void teleports Overhaul and his goons to the police station. And everybody wants to know, like Jiro, Ochako, everybody wants to know. We are Zukus. We all have different powers, different quirks. As Ochako looks at Zuko, that has gravity powers just like hers. I'm a fusion. And Zuko. Basically, call me Ochako Zuko. Oh. As she tells Ochako that. As Bakugo's, let's say Bakugo did pass, and he goes to, like, he was shocked when, as Bakugo walks over to Zuko, their Zuko, and tells him, man, you're right, but how did you come back so quick? Well, let me tell you. I'm a phoenix. Multiverse phoenix. And, yeah, he is, actually. Or they don't understand what it means. So the brains of the bunch, the Sir-Night-Eye Zuko, tells them that your Zuko, who was actually born with the quirk of fire manipulation, or fire shield, and he has 2 powers of infinity and 0, and he is also a multiverse phoenix. And the multiverse phoenix is a mythical creature where it can survive everything. So your friend's soul is actually is all the way around. Wait, what do you mean? as Doomsday Zuko says, it means that her brother is inside all of us, inside of all of you and all of us. Yes. Because his soul was infused into the entire universe, multiverse, everything. As Ochako's eyes widen, even everybody's shocked. And because one of them was thinking, man, he's such a weirdo. So Bakugo says, yeah, when I can't believe that you actually, you were telling the truth about that, both things. I thought you were just making it up, but turns out it was real. Man. Nice to meet you, Bakugo, as Doomsday Zuko says. And he did, had Bakugo, but we'll not talk about it on his Earth, but yeah. So, Ochaku and Momo decided, and then to ask their Zuko, not the one with their powers, but the one that came from their world, home, to go on a date with them. And I know that some people say one boy, he gets married to one girl. Well, Zuko is everyone. So, yeah. So Zuko, who is not just one man. He is the entire universe, multiverse. He could have endless dates if he wants to. Yeah. So, yeah. Now, no, it's not sponsored. No sponsored thing. Okay? So, Principal Nezu says, well, you're basically a phoenix, multiverse phoenix. So, yeah. So what are you going to do with all this power that you have? Are you going to take over the world or join us? Ezuku just looks at him with such dead eyes that even made Nezu sweat. As he says, what do you think? Nezu, I would rather be a pro hero just like All Might and rest of, yeah. As All Might, or Nezu's he did pee himself because he was scared. Because with that much power, Zuko could do anything. He could even turn the entire UA into double M. That's initial for Midoriya. Yeah. So, yeah. So Zuko ends up, even, of course, Inko and Sashi, or Inko had this weird feeling for a long time. But now it's confirmed that Zuko was a special And Zuko says, after Inko watched, um, yeah, her son get murdered, but not like, yeah. So Zuko ends up saying, yeah, he's in all of us, or I'm inside all of you. This part, as he points to himself, this body is the golem. That scared me. So, yeah. Is a golem. Hold on, let's see. Perfect. So, yeah. So, Zuko was pretty powerful. And I'm trying to make this into a movie, not the lane. Not like what I just did with the What If Dark Magician Girl was in My Hero Academia. So, yeah. Yeah. So, he points to himself and he says this is just a doll. As he stretches his arms out to reveal. Whoa. Yeah. So they could not believe that. So all this time they thought, okay, because they went, because they did not realize it, that they, instead of taking Zuko home, or I can't even talk, instead of taking Zumi and for lunch, they're taking both without they even realizing it. So, yeah. If you guys want me to do a what if I, like myself, was in My Hero Academia, please leave a like, and if you want another alternate Zuko, please leave a subscribe or hit the subscribe button. If you want me to do a One Piece what if, please leave a share or share and do all the things if you want some random yeah. And save that image because that's cute. So, now this is going to be the end of the what if. Please leave a like, share, subscribe, comment, do all the fun things. So, peace.